expect a lot of people to be on this call. Do you know why? Do you know why I don't expect a lot of people to be on this call? Because guess what? They're probably still recovering from last night. There are probably a few of them tilted back. They probably got some stuff going on. They've probably been looking for this 3-day weekend for a very long time. But guess what? I'm going to share something with you guys. I was on the call with a client this morning, and he was like, Jesse, like, doesn't it get old, like, you having to be on Zoom calls on a holiday? I'm like, dude, there's your problem right there, bro. I was like, brother, I look for opportunities where I could do more. I look for opportunities when people don't want to do shit for me to step in and do it. I thrive in those positions because I know doing the work that not many people want to do is what separates me from 99% of the world. So I've got my beautiful screen. I see all your faces here, you bunch of handsome, sexy people. So today I got a treat for you guys. I want you guys to label and title your paper this: 10 core principles of Memorial Day. Woo! Let's go. I love it. I love it. I love it. So check this out. Memorial Day. Memorial Day is for honoring and remembering those men and women of the United States military who literally died for our services in our country. It's not about the barbecues. It's not about partying. It's not about going to the beach. It's not about a vacation. That's just what the world and society's turned it into. Memorial Day is about sacrifice, okay? Memorial Day is about sacrifice. It's a moment to stop and recognize that our freedom that we have, it's not free. It was paid for in blood by the warriors and the soldiers who didn't make it back home. That's what it was. They literally signed a blank check with their lives so you and I could chase our freedom of sales and entrepreneurship. That's real. That's real. Because now we get to chase our dreams, build our businesses, and speak and live freely in the United States of America and raise our families in this beautiful country. So, for those of you that's on the call, I know you guys are savages or you wouldn't be here. But for those of you that's going to watch this recording, for those of you that maybe took the day off, guess what? If you're a leader, if you're a sales pro, if you're an entrepreneur, live in a way that honors their sacrifice. Don't waste your life playing small. Dominate and enjoy every freaking day, man. Fight for your family. Fight for what you believe in. Lead with courage. Because they died for you and I. And that's just the right thing to do. So, I'm super excited. Let's roll into this. I've got 10 tips. I've got 10 core things that we're going to rip and we're going to go over. But just remember this. Memorial Day, this is our reminder to be grateful and live worthy of the freedom that we get to live every single day. So the first one out of 10 is going to be sacrifice. That's what number one is. Number one is sacrifice. So, what is this? Honoring those who paid the ultimate price and wrote the biggest check for our freedom. That's sacrifice. So check this out. Are you willing to sacrifice comfort, ego, excuses to win and put your family and you in the best situation possible? Because success, it's going to require blood, it's going to require sweat, and it's going to have your belief. Most people, they want the reward. They want the instant gratification. We're in a world where you could scroll and get as much dopamine as you want. But there's few of us that's willing to pay the price. And all of us right here, right now that's listening to this, we're paying the price today. So good job. Now we're going to go into number 2. Number 2 is going to be courage. Number 2 is courage. Bravery in the face of fear and death. That's what courage is. Courage is having bravery in the face of fear and death. You know what separates a coward from a hero? They both don't want to do it. They both are scared to do it. One just steps up and does it. That's the only thing that separates them. A coward and a hero. The only thing that separates them is one takes more action than the other one and gets stuff done. Woo! You liked that one, didn't you, Paul? Woo! I got coach chills on that one, baby. Woo! Let's go. So check this out. What about courage? What about courage in our business? What about that? Courage in our business? What does that mean? It means making the call when we're scared, asking for the deal, asking for the close when we don't feel the courage or the belief. It's stepping into leadership while we watch other people hide and play small. Courage. I love this. I love tying all this stuff back in together. The last one, hey, number 10 is my favorite one. So when we get to the end, we're going to have a special one. So the number 10 is my favorite. Number 3 is duty. You know what's really cool? Soldiers, no matter what branch they're in, they fulfill their mission when they get deployed, because if they don't, they or their teammates could die and suffer significantly from that. They always fulfill their mission. That's why we're talking about duty. So check this out. Is our duty as leaders and entrepreneurs, isn't our duty to take care of and provide for our family, our team? Isn't it our duty to cast the vision, to show them what all is possible? Because at the end of the day, nobody feels good. Nobody feels like they want to do this. Nobody feels like I'm going to go run a freaking marathon today. But you know what? The people that operate and get their duty done, those are the people that execute. Those are the people that create the future, not only for themselves, but for everybody that's looking up to them as the standard. That's the beauty about duty. Let's go. Number 4. This is a good one. Number 4 is commitment. All of our beautiful men and women that sacrifice their life, they didn't quit halfway through. They didn't quit. They give it all that they had. So where's our commitment level? Because they have the ultimate commitment. That's signing the check on the dotted line saying, hey, I might not come back home to my family. Whew. That's the ultimate commitment. So for us, we either finish what we started, or you never even started to begin with. So I want to challenge you to commit to the people that you serve, commit to your clients, commit to your process and your goals. I want you to commit to the things that you really, really want in your life. Do you have goals? Do you have a lifestyle that you're wanting to live? I want you to commit to that. Commit to that and give it everything you've got to get there. And I'm going to give you a little secret here. If you're not, I better save this one to the end. I'm going to save this one to the end. I got to save this one to the end. So I'll hold that until the end. Okay. So now that was 4. Let's get into 5. Okay. We're halfway through. Number 5 is going to be integrity. Integrity is doing what's right when no one is watching. Not when you're around people, when no one's watching. I love this because I was listening to a guy named Andy Frisella when I was 18 or 19 years old, and he would talk about picking up garbage. Like say if you're walking through your business or the place that you work, or even in your house, like you see a piece of trash, you grab it and you throw it away. And he called that adding to his disciplined bank account. And I loved it. I'm all about gamifying stuff, right? I'm not a big video game guy, but I like gamifying things. I like seeing there's a piece of trash out here and I'm going to pick it up that nobody sees, that's just going to keep blowing away through the wind, but I get the opportunity to pick that trash up, put it in the trash can, and it's just going to my disciplined bank account. I love it. I love it. Gamifying. What do you have to do to make yourself do things that most people aren't willing to do? And then do it. So I'm going to tie this into sales and business. Over-promising and under-delivering is a cancer to anybody's career, including yours and mine. Long-term players, like the people that's in the NFL that's really crushing, like the Tom Brady's, the long-term players, they win by keeping their word and earning trust every single day. Every day. Success is rented to you. It's up to you to push through and do as you wish with it. And number 6, we can't talk about Memorial Day sales and entrepreneurship if we don't have a team. So team is going to be number 6. Warriors, soldiers, they never fight alone. They're side by side, shooting bullets and getting shot at with their brothers and sisters. Ever. They never fight alone. They have a team. They're trained together. They literally would die for one another on the battlefield. If you're a leader, how is your team operating? Would they die for you? Would they do everything they possibly could? You guys know we're extreme. Jesse, they wouldn't die. They wouldn't die for me. No kidding. You probably wouldn't do something extraordinary for them either. Let's go, guys. This is why we're here. Pushing, growing, sharpening the skills. You need an inner circle. You need some people that you can count on. You need a team that requires you to be the best version of yourself. That's why most of you plug into us. Because when I wasn't plugged in, working wise, I was always plugged in virtually, and then going to seminars every other month, then plugging in and brainwashing myself with all this good stuff because there was so much bad crap coming in from the outside. I've been exactly where all you are. And all I wanted was just to be around the right people, being plugged in, because I needed to charge my batteries. Because the world dulled them. The people that I was around dulled them. And I didn't want that. So who's your running mates? Who's the people, maybe if you don't have anybody, who can you plug into? Who can you relate to? Who can you reach out to? Who's that inner circle? What groups can you plug into? That's going to sharpen your edge. That's going to keep you on point. And then how do you take this and build this into your company? It's from you leading the way and being the standard. Number 7 is one of my favorites. My favorites. Number 7 is discipline. Discipline is number 7. That's right, Paul. That's why you're here. Let's go. Discipline is number 7. Training, routines, readiness, alert, assertive, ready to roll. When I think about military, all I think about is discipline. They wake up at the same time. They have to fix their bed the same way. They have to do this every certain day. Boom, 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 boom. Discipline to the max. Discipline is the gap between where you are and then where you want to be. That's why some people actually dominate and crush, and then other people just like dabble around, tippy toe, touch their foot into it. That's the difference. A lot of you have seen a lot of growth since you've been training with us. You also know your level of discipline. You know how much time you put on these calls. You know how much time you sit there and you went through the training and you've taken notes. You know. You know how many times that you didn't skip the workouts. You know how many times that you got up out of the bed when you didn't want to. You know how many times you reached out and followed up with your clients that know, like, and trust you also. That's the beauty about discipline. Here's another good one. Number 8. Lucky number 8. It's legacy. It's legacy, Joshua. What we're building, baby. I was watching a documentary the other day. Yeah, for the first time. I know it was shocking. I watched something on the TV, and the TV wasn't just sitting there and it looks like a mirror because I never have it turned on. I actually turned it on, and I watched a documentary. And the documentary was on Nick Saban. Yes, that's right. The documentary was about Nick Saban. In my opinion, the greatest football coach that's ever existed in the entire world. And you know what? You know what Nick Saban has that a lot of people don't? They have statues of him already. Do you know how, rare it is to have somebody build statues of you with your name from the accomplishments that you've done? Statues. That's next level stuff. I know my kids are going to know about Nick Saban. I know they are. Hell, there's statues of him. He's not going anywhere. He's not leaving. His legacy is not going to die. So what do I need to do to make sure that my legacy doesn't die? Who does Jesse have to become so my legacy doesn't die? And my kids know about the sacrifices. And now they have the beautiful technology where they can go back and watch social media of the content and everything that I've done. What's your legacy going to be? Who's it going to impact? Not when you're on the earth anymore, but for your bloodline and your ones to come. Where are we at? What's it going to be? Number 9, lucky number 9. Number 9's freedom. I love that word. Freedom reminds me, it literally just makes me think of bought in blood. Bought with blood. Because somebody had to die for me to be here. Somebody got drafted when they were 18 years old and didn't have the opportunity to get in sales like I did. And that shit right there, I'm just like, dang, man, that's real. That's real stuff, man. I know we have a lot of people that's retired military, active military that's on our training. My hat goes off to those guys every single day, man. Every single day. Because my freedom and our freedom and your freedom was bought with their blood. Whether they went out to battle or not, they still had an opportunity where they could get called in a second, and then they're on the front lines. Every single one of them. So I don't care what branch, who it was, if they deployed or didn't deploy. I really don't care. I really don't. But check this out. Financial freedom isn't given. Our freedom, like financially, for our family and our friends, it's not free. It's not given. It's literally earned. You want time, you want money, you want peace, then grind your freaking butt off like your family's freedom depends on it, because it really does. Freedom, baby. Let's go. And lucky number 10, guess what it is? Guess what lucky number 10 is? It's gratitude. It's gratitude. That's my favorite one. Gratitude is my favorite, because guess what? If we don't have gratitude in our life for what we're grateful for right now, nothing that we want is going to come true. Nothing that we want is going to be coming alive. Gratitude, every opportunity to sell, speak, serve, blessing, doing it, every single opportunity that we have is literally a blessing. Don't complain about the grind. Be grateful you get to go to war, which is our day, which is business, sales, or leadership, because that's our war. And we go to battle with it every single day. So gratitude, here's the little secret that I almost gave you guys earlier. If you can't be grateful for the life that you have right here, right now, you're never going to be able to get the life that you want. If I'm not grateful for the ratchet-strapped Nissan Frontier with a cracked windshield when I was 16 years old, if I'm not grateful for that truck that was a POS, I couldn't have bought my 2019 Corvette in 2019 or 2020 at 20 years old. I couldn't have done that. How this thing, all this works is you have to be truly grateful for where you are right now and everything that you have, or the universe, God, whatever you want to call it. It's not going to give you the things that you want unless you can be truly, truly grateful for everything that you have right now. So, final words. Final words for this beautiful Monday. Final words for these savages is this. Memorial Day isn't about barbecuing. It's not about hanging out. It's literally about remembrance, reflection, and rededication to the life and the person and the dreams that you once set out for yourself. Our battlefields may be different than those out there in the war, those out there that sacrifice everything, but the mindset is the exact same. So take ownership of your mind and leave a legacy that you and your future bloodline will be super grateful and super proud of. Let's freaking go. Love you guys. Woo! That's what we have.